Hello there. So this morning I'm just going to explore with you the subject of retreats and rest and sleep, because this is a subject that I've found over the years can be quite significant for people to consider. Can even be the cause of some dramas sometimes. So here's the thing. One of the best things you can do to prepare for a retreat, apart from drinking plenty of good quality water, that kind of goes without saying now, and also moving your diet towards a plant-based alkaline diet, which really means lots of plants, simple cooking, and reducing the salt. All these things we're very well familiar with. But I want to go into the rest thing. So one of the best things you can do is to actually make sure you get some rest in the week leading up to the retreat. And if that means maybe going to bed earlier, or maybe organising your life, simplifying things a little bit so you don't have quite so much to do, this is a wonderful way to prepare for a retreat. And I have certainly noticed on many occasions that what happens to some people when they arrive for their retreat is because they have been so overworked for so long. What actually happens is that for them, I've seen this fungus before, but I'm going to go and say hello to it again because it's a particularly special one. And if anyone would like to put in the comments exactly what it is, I'd be very interested. Beautiful, isn't it? Really caught my eye, that particular fungus. So what happens to some people when they come on the retreat is because they've been so overworked, they've been doing so much, they've been a real human doing rather than a human being, that they literally go into severe recovery mode and sleep an inordinate amount because that's what they need to do. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with it, it's absolutely fine. It's just that if you can prepare yourself by resting beforehand, it will open up all sorts of other possibilities for you, that retreat. All sorts of other possibilities. So I thought I'd mention that. And the next thing is to talk about sleep, which is such a fascinating and interesting subject. And indeed, I've made a film, I've gone into detail about sleep, so I'm not going to do that in this one. If I can manage, I will find the link and put it in the description or the comments. So when it comes to retreats, here's the thing we need to realise. Any retreat involving any plant medicine whatsoever, there is an aspect of that experience which, and I don't like to use this language, I'm going to go into my left brain rational scientific mode a minute, which is that these substances could be regarded to be somewhat stimulating. But I'm really hesitant to say that, but I've just said it, so there you go. So bearing this fact in mind, this means that some people experience disruption and disturbance in their sleep cycle. And this may mean they are unable to sleep. And sometimes this might happen for one of the nights, and sometimes it might happen for the entire retreat. And what I always say to people in these situations is, this is your experience. So if your experience includes being unable to sleep at a time of the night when you normally are asleep, the prescription is incredibly simple. Go with it. Be with it. Stop trying to leap out of that state in some other state, such as unconsciousness. There may be a really good reason why for you at this particular time that's what you need to do. But here's the thing, we're not talking about prescription drugs here. We're not talking about street drugs. We're talking about plant medicines. Let's just stop and look at this magnificent beech tree. Isn't that wonderful? Absolutely beautiful. So here's the paradox. Some people will respond to a particular plant medicine by finding that they can't sleep, which is because something significant is going on, which means they need to be awake for it. For some people, their way to work with a plant medicine, I can think of one person in particular, his thing is about an hour after he's imbibed, he goes to bed. And he's not gone to bed to sleep, but he chooses not to interact with others, to go very deeply within and not have any distractions or disturbances. And this is a totally fine response to working with plant medicines. I know I'm going to be at issue with some people who have all these strict rules about what you have to do when you're on a retreat, and you've got to do this and you've got to do this and you're not allowed to, and you're not never mind about that. That is a clear example of someone finding their own way and it being very effective for them. And then the other possibility is that for some people, they will find that a particular plant medicine really causes them to just go to sleep, and that's it. So whatever response you're getting, whether it's inability to sleep, whether it's the need to really rest in a deep way by going to bed, or whether it's simply to crash out, it's all good. So really what I'm saying is roll with it, flow with it, see how it goes. It's a rather magnificent bird doing a little bit of a flight path there with someone's food that it's managed to steal, and very happy to have done so. So yeah, that's it. So these are my suggestions to you with regards to being on the retreat. It's all so simple, isn't it? 'Cause it could all be summed up by the well-known phrase, go with the flow. And that really is my ultimate advice about all retreats. Go with the flow and let the magic happen. All the love to you.